Okay, it says live.
Yeah, you live.
Okay, cool. So you're not coming on camera.
Huh?
You're not
Me?
coming on camera? Mm-hmm.
They don't need me on camera. They know what
Okay.
I look like.
Okay.
They only need you on camera. Trust me
They
for
know
that.
what I look like. They
Nah,
know what I look like.
nah. They
Hey
need.
guys. So I don't have my laptop next to me, so you have to read the comments.
All right. Yo. So can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear us? We good or no?
We didn't stand you guys up. I have a cold too, so
All right. Okay.
they can hear us.
Yeah, they can hear us. All right. So here's the thing. Okay. So you guys keep hitting me up. Y'all won't let me rest. And you keep saying, yo, Angel, I need you to do a collaboration with, I'm going to butcher the name. Eloho?
Yes, Eloho.
Eloho. She says it better than me. So I don't know. But, and you guys keep hitting me up and saying, yo, can you do this? Can you do that?
So what are some of the suggestions they hit you up with?
No one said
Like, what do they
anything.
want to see? Oh, they just
Nothing.
want.
Somebody said they wanted us to get married. That was the suggestion. That was it. And people just said they want to make a video. So I hit
So we arranging marriages.
Yeah, that's what they doing.
Oh wow.
So what happened is I didn't realize that see, I had seen Eloho's videos a few times before, right?
You probably saw my voiceovers maybe then.
Nah, I saw a few videos. I saw a couple videos. And I didn't realize that she was subscribed to me also. So I was like, okay, no worries. Let me hit her up. So I hit her up on Instagram and I was like, yo, what you want to do? You want to do a collab or something like that? So we had a conversation, and you guys know me. I'm a spontaneous person. I just kind of just jump in and just say, yo, let's do this. So we talking on the phone for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes about a couple things. And then I was like, you know what? We'll just have to figure out what we're going to talk about. And then I said, you know what? Why don't we just do a live right now and ask them what they want us to talk about?
And y'all know, whoever know me, I'm like, hold on, time out. First of all, I'm sick, I'm under the weather. Then y'all know how I like to come on here, unicorn style. He's like, oh, just put a bonnet on. I'm like, oh, you're not gonna catch me in a bonnet unless I'm doing a bonnet content or something. I'm like, no bonnets. I gotta get cute. Give me some time. So thank y'all for waiting. I was like, give me some time.
Yo, they know how I stay anyway, because I either don't come on camera. If I do come on camera, my hair is all a mess, looking all bummy and stuff like that. I'm just like, yo, it's 4:00 in the morning. What's popping? So she said, no, I got to get ready. So she went off to get ready, said she was going to be half hour when she was more like an hour. But it's all right.
I'll be on Nigerian time. That's a real thing. Like I'm working on it, but it's a real thing.
So it is what it is. So what we thought we would do, and sadly, she's on her phone right now, so we can't keep her too long because she doesn't want to be holding the phone up, and obviously that wouldn't be fair. So what I feel that we should do is, we need to talk to you guys and find out what you want us to talk about. So what is it that you want us to talk about exactly? So tell us, because we were having a conversation. We already had a conversation on the phone about interracial relationships versus intercultural relationships. So maybe should we tell them what we was talking about in regards to that? What we were saying. So, I started telling her how, I see a lot of women who are talking about interracial relationships. And Eloho brought up, she said, what do you expect these Black women to do? Because being pro-Black is hard when there's not enough Black men around. All right.
Yeah, so not enough pro-Black men around, right?
Not enough pro-Black men. So I turned around, I was like, but you see, that's the problem. When they say Black, really, they're only talking about African American. So when they say there's not enough Black men around, they're saying there's not enough African American men. Because I tell you one thing, there's a lot of Black men around. They just might not be all African American. What's wrong with a Nigerian or a Ghanaian or a Black Puerto Rican or a Black Dominican or a Black Cuban or Jamaican?
You're talking spicy right now. You're talking real spicy.
Nothing wrong with African American men. Nothing wrong with African American men at all. I'm just saying, come on now. You can't tell me Yeah, you could broaden your horizons. What we need to do is stop, like Dr. John Henry Clark said, we need to stop focusing on where the boat dropped us off and focus on where the boat picked us up. Regardless of whether you're Nigerian, Ghanaian,
Wow.
African American, Jamaican, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Black Colombian, you're all African. And the moment you get there into your mind, you're not going to be talking this, there's not enough Black men or African American men around, so I have to date a white guy, right?
Wow. You know what other conversation comes to mind when you say that? It also, like, even with me, it's like the media, it's just this one, not even only Black Americans, it's like this one standard of a man that everybody wants, and I did a video on why Black women like thugs and why we like the guys in the hood, because these are the men that we grew up around, you know what I mean? And if you never really branched out of the hood, if you didn't go away to college, or you just stayed in the hood all your life, these are the type of guys that are available. You know what I mean? So when I did a video talking about high caliber men, sometimes we just gotta, you don't necessarily need to go white. You just need a different type of Black guy. You know what I mean?
Yo,
Not to shit on
listen,
hood, not to shit on hood dudes, but you gotta get out the hood. You gotta date out the hood.
we
Like,
discussed that last Saturday. You guys will remember we discussed that last Saturday.
oh, y'all
Last
talked about
Saturday,
that?
we discussed that. We said
Okay.
sometimes it's not about Black men, it's about the type of man that you're
The
going with.
type, yeah. That's true.
Because if you don't address the type of man or even what's going on
Mm-hmm.
with you in your life, you will end up
Mm-hmm.
going dating a white guy and getting with a messed up white dude anyway,
The
because you still
same,
haven't
yeah.
dealt with the
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah, that's a fact. I did a video on the first white guy and the only white guy I ever dated. And it was just, I would never like that. I mean, I'm not gonna say I would never again, but
Oh, you
that
dated a
just
white
turned
dude?
me off so bad. Yeah,
Oh, you need to
it
tell
turned
us
me off
about that.
so
We
bad.
we don't know about
You,
that.
yo, it turned me off so bad. So first of all, he was Italian, and his thing was, I'm not white, I'm Italian. So first of all, he took himself out of the white category. He's like, basically like I'm a special type of white. Like I'm above white.
What, like, I'm not Black, I'm Dominican, that kind of thing?
That type, yes, exactly that. So I'm looking at him like, yeah, you white. Like he looked like Jack from Titanic, Leonardo. He was cute, not gonna lie. But I'm like, yeah, but you white though. Long story short, I couldn't get past a physical level. Now me and him never got physical in that way, but he couldn't see me more than just dark skin and stereotypes. Like he would stereotype me, and I'm like, that's not even me. Like he'll be like, yo, I just love you. You so curvy. Anybody who knows me, curves weird. Like I'm as skinny as shit. Like, so I'm like, not only are you stereotyping me, this whole situation is nothing but your infatuation for me being Black. So we'll have conversations and he'll just be staring at me and be like, I'm sorry, like your lips just, I couldn't even hear nothing that you said. Kind of like when my subscribers be doing that too. They be like, you're just so pretty. I didn't really hear nothing that you said. And it's like, oh,
Oh, that's what he used to say to you?
yeah.
See, I made a video about that where I literally said that exact same thing. I was talking about
Wow.
fetishes, like
Yeah,
literally said the same thing. And I
it's
said that
true.
a lot of people, a lot of Black women that I've talked to have said that these white men will literally just stare at their features. And it's like they're
Hmm.
not in a relationship with them.
It's
They're
like
in a
you're in a
relationship
museum.
with their body, with their
Yeah,
features, and they're
that's
almost
a fact.
mesmerized,
Yes.
you know.
And it's like, but don't get me wrong, right? Like to an extent, like women, we want a man to admire us. Like I want my man to be like, damn, like mesmerized by me. At the same time, please acknowledge I'm a human being. You know what I mean? I have thoughts, I have feelings. And when I want to talk about those things, you being mesmerized shouldn't stop us from moving further into a conversation. You know what I mean? So it was just weird. I'm like, all right, you know what? You weird as shit. Then he said the N word, and it was just like, yeah, we can't do this. you know, no, because he really felt like he wasn't white. He felt like he was Italian. He's not white.
Well, on this channel, we call those, those white folks that are not like British or American white. We call them spicy white. That's just a white
Mm.
person with some oregano seasoning. That's all that
Mm-mm.
is. That's just a regular white person with some
Dead.
seasoning.
He said
So
spicy white. I'm weak.
yeah, that's what they are. Spicy white. That's a white boy. But no, that's the
But
thing.
yeah.
So I feel like too many women, you know, try to talk this. There's not enough Black men talk, but it definitely is.
Mm-hmm.
So that was your first experience and your last, right?
Mm-hmm.
So have you dated a spectrum of Black men, like different nationalities and ethnicities?
Um, damn. Let me think back to my past. So I honestly, I started dating late in life. So I haven't dated that much. So I can't even really say I've dated that much. But definitely Black American, couple countries in Africa, Liberian. We talked about Liberia. So
Yeah.
Liberian, I actually did a video. A Liberian broke my heart. That was just bad, Angel. You really got to see that video. Like, I be want to cry just think about it.
What
But
happened?
I'll make it over it eventually. So basically, long
Give
story
us the
short,
give us the short version so that we could watch the full version.
all right. So long story short, he was like the perfect. When I say the perfect, because I'm what they call first generation American. So I was born here, but my parents weren't born here. So it's a different kind of. It's a different story when you don't have like your my great grandmother was here. You know what I mean? So it's a different story. We bring a different culture here. So I related with him in that both of our parents is were not from here. So we talked about that. He took me on, when I say he took me on the best date to this day that I ever been on, like we just talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. We lost track of time. Every time he took me out, we lost track of time. He showed me different things. He introduced me to books. Like he was just like, he was so perfect for me. And then, he tried to get me to come to his house a couple times. And I'm like, nah, I'm not that type. I'm like, I don't Netflix and chill. I'm not coming to Netflix and chill. He was like, nah, we could just go to the movies. We could, whatever. I'm like, okay. Came over. His apartment was immaculate. Wait, like your mother raised you. Like he wasn't on some like, oh yeah. No, he was
Oh, he must have
organized.
been
He
from
was
Brooklyn.
neat. He's from DC.
Ah, snap.
And he moved to Jersey. And I'm just like, wow. And he does film and documentary. He's working with Issa Rae right now. So I still follow him on the gram. But he's very like organized. He had portraits of different, black women that he admired. He had Ava DuVernay on his wall. He has quotes from this. Yo, telling you, on point. And what happened? Like, I just don't know what happened. I don't know. I gotta dig deep into this. And to this day, it's like he'll hit me up. He supports what I do, and I'm still just like, but like, what happened though? I don't know what happened.
Oh, he did the
I
fadeaway.
don't know. He did the fadeaway. Not only
Oh,
that,
I got a video
cooked
on
for
that too,
me.
though.
He cooked for me. But you know what? I did see one of your videos. I felt a little triggered. But he cooked for me. Like I fell asleep. I woke up to strawberries. He was so romantic. Like his body. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I do gotta go there. He had the body of a warrior, man. We would have really had some like amazing babies for real.
I'll tell you what, we will have to have a private conversation about this.
Yeah, we gotta.
And I'll give you some advice. It doesn't have to happen again.
Yeah. So here's my thing though that got me upset about it. It's like, okay, he sent me when I say an essay, he sent me an essay basically saying it's not you, it's me. And that's fine, whatever. Let me get my time to grieve. Like, let me get my time to get over this. He gave me no time to get over it. He would comment on my pictures, text me here, and I'm just like, but like, you got to get away from me. Blocked his number, unfollowed him on Instagram, and then he disappeared. Every now and then, I feel like he kind of just tests to see if we still cool, and I don't mind being cool with him. But it's like at that time, I really saw myself like moving in with him, or us getting an apartment together, getting married. I was ready. He wasn't ready.
Sometimes I don't really like saying the truth, but sometimes when the fellas do the fade away and everything's going good. And let me ask you a question. You gotta be honest. Did you sleep with him?
So
that's a yes.
So no. So listen.
If you gotta say so.
Because it's levels. But you know how y'all be doing. You know how y'all be like, and I'm saying y'all, I know you might not fall in this category, or you might, because you're not perfect either. So you know how y'all will be on some like, yo, like I just wanna, we don't gotta go all the way, but I just wanna do this. So
I just wanna put the tip honestly, in? Is that what?
No. on some like, oh, just sit on my face type, right?
What?
That type. Oh, you ain't what? You don't know about that?
I'm innocent. I'm West Indian.
Oh, so you don't know about so none of your boys or nobody
sit on a face. You don't got a seat. Damn. That sounds like one of them things. The one of the things to say, hey, yo, sugar smooches, you so fine. As long as I got a face, you will always have a place to sit. That sounds like that. Oh, you like that?
Mm-hmm.
So go on. All right.
Lie to you. Hold on. Time out. Confession, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. So, one person had commented on my video one day. They was like, "Oh, you got to collab with Angel." I'm like, no. They was like, "Oh, you got to check out Angel. You don't know who Angel. You got to check out." I'm like, "Oh, I know who that is. I will sit on his face, right?" Sorry,
Oh, snap.
sorry. So I'm like, I was sitting on his face. I know who that is. They was like, some girl knows. She defended you to the T. She was like, "Don't ever say that to Angel. He's is it a sapiosexual?
Uh-huh.
He will be highly disrespected if he found out you said this about him. Don't ever say that about Angel. I was just like, girl, I said what I said. But I was like, you know what? Let me not. I just deleted the comment. I'm like,
IKYG fam in the building. That's what up. I like that.
They came for me hard. And I'm like, girl, bye. He's a whole man at the end of the day. I was like, no, he's a man at the end of the day. I said what I said, but I was like, you know what? Remember I told you, I don't want beef for nobody. Like, I don't want no beef
No,
for
but
nobody.
answer the question. Answer the question.
I told you. I sat on his face. You're not understanding what I'm saying.
Oh, you saying that's all you did?
Yes.
Oh, he one of those.
I sat on his.
When I say he one of those,
but that means,
wait, when I say he one of those, it's like, all right, with the fadeaway, a lot of times guys will put in a lot of work, right? And then when they get what it is that they want, they don't want it no more. They get bored. So they disappear. But the thing is, when they disappear, sometimes they still want to be seen as the good guy. So they fade away slowly and nicely in a way where it's like you don't have nothing bad to say about him, and you're just sitting there confused, like, yo, what happened? I don't understand. And then sometimes narcissistic dudes, see, one of the dudes that I talked about, I made a video about different types of fellas, and I called it Mr. Too Good to Be True, or Mr. Nice. I can't remember. It's one of the two. And basically, when he breaks up with you or he leaves you, he wants to make sure that you still see him as the nice guy. You still got nothing but good things to say about him because he's trying to find a way. And sometimes he'll make it out like he'll find a reason to break up with you, like something you did or something's going on in his life, or he's just not ready to time.
My thing is, why does that matter? Like, as a man, like, why do you care? Like, if you done, you on to the next. Like, say if you just was like, I just wanted to hit and I'm on to the next. Why do you care how somebody else sees you?
He didn't want to hit it. He wanted to lick it. Clearly.
No. He begged. He begged that. That night it was kind of sad, but it got a little sad.
Well, maybe he was like, you know what? Maybe in his mind, he was like, you know what? I'm putting in so much work, so I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. So he thought this is like his getting, because some guys do that. They'll offer you, they'll say, look, I eat it, thinking that some way within that he's gonna turn into sex. And it didn't. So maybe that's why it didn't develop. So what I would say is, don't even sweat that. You dodged a bullet.
Yeah, but that was like a 2 second. Nah, he was on point. He knows, right? He knows.
You sound like you want to go back there.
Ladies, y'all know what I'm talking about with it, because some of y'all men, y'all don't know the female body. Y'all don't know. Y'all think y'all know, and a lot of times we're gonna be lying to y'all, like, I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I'm gonna sit there and mute until you know what you're doing. And if I like you a lot, I'm gonna help you. Like, but he knew. It's like he knew. That's it. He knew. But obviously that was like 4.5 years ago. And every now and then he'll pop, like you said, he do want to seem like the good guy in my eyes. Every now and again he'll just like, oh, I'm so proud of you, or this or that. My thanks.
If I was you, I'd be like, be proud of these nuts. What's wrong with you after you just bounce like that? Nah, I'm being serious. Because you can't be that proud.
I was bitter at first. I'm not gonna lie. I was bitter at first, but
it was like,
I would say, it was like the slow.
Don't be bitter, be better. So you keep doing your thing and
this
you keep going.
This was years ago though, so I'm kind of over it. It's just when I think about it again, because like I said, even though it was maybe a facade or a temporary time, it gave me hope that like, it's really, even if he wasn't the good guy, like like everything that he did, those are the qualities that I want in my life partner,
Right.
And sometimes you get to the point as women, we get to it, it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna just settle for this because no nigga can have the full package. But that just showed me, like, it just gave me a glimpse, like, don't give up. Don't give up. Like, somebody out there is your full package. Like, I sincerely believe that.
Well, my thing is, sometimes people take this hard to swallow, but sometimes we are just not the right person for a particular person. It doesn't mean that we're not a good person.
I saw that video. Yeah. I was a little triggered.
Nah, you don't gotta be triggered.
It's a fact.
Because you were gonna be the right person for somebody.
And was it your video I was watching when you were saying you know, sometimes you build this man up, but you're not working on yourself as you're
Yeah, that
building
was
him
me.
up.
That was last
Yeah,
week.
that was yeah, I saw that one. That
Yeah.
was you made really good points in that
A
video.
lot of
I'm
women
like,
didn't like that
wow.
video.
No, that's a fact though. And I thought about myself, and women in general, I feel like sometimes we just want to fix him. We Bob the Builders out here. You want to fix him and fix this and do this with him, give him the confidence, push him to be great. And it's like, are you doing that for yourself? Are you elevating as he's elevating? And then sometimes he'll be below you. Next thing you know, he's above you, and now he's in a whole new bracket. But
it's deeper
even
than that. It's
still,
obviously,
I was about to
if you are
say,
gonna
even
build,
still, I don't
you
have.
got to
I
build
still don't have
somebody that's
respect.
deserving. You still have to build
That's
somebody that's deserving, and that's hard to
true.
know who deserves it and who doesn't.
And we also have to admit the fact that sometimes you could be a great, amazing woman, and that nigga will still leave you once he get on. So let's not act like Kanye did a whole song about this. Like, let's not act like men just feel like sometimes it opens up a world of opportunities. Now the females that are attracted to you now you have millions of dollars. It's a whole new bracket. You got white bitches. You got, the foreigns. You got this. You got that. You big booty, little booty, titties. You got a whole new bracket of women that's just ready to do whatever you want them to do.
That thing,
A lot of men never experienced that before.
That phrase "foreign" always blew my mind because you can't get no more foreign than African.
You have to put the quotes in. Well, we're not considered foreign, so
that's foreign. You African, you foreign. But
it is what it is.
So tell me something, because some of my subscribers don't know who you are. So tell us about yourself.
Okay. You guys can check out my channel. Maybe he can link it.
Yeah, I'll put the link in the description.
I'm a unicorn. Yo, you know what's so funny? Somebody asked me like, "Oh, so like, are you like a tranny?" Because I call myself a unicorn. Yeah. I was like, that's what that means. And then somebody else told me like, well, unicorn is really like a couple that is, intimate, and they're looking for a third party. So it's weird. I've been having weird. Yeah.
You see that?
Oh, can I have it?
Never.
Oh my God. Why do you have that?
Oh, you don't know me. You don't know about me. Let me show you the other one. See, unicorn pen. Oh, you don't even know the half. I does this. I'm the original. I'm the guy. They telling you right now. They're like, yo, trust me. Angel rocks with the unicorns. It's a long story with it. Nah, so if you rock unicorns, then of course you IKYG family off the rip. Trust me. So no, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Keep telling us.
Flabbergasted. So yes, I'm 26. I'm a Pisces. I guess I'm what you call woke. I like to make videos just to encourage Black women, talk about real issues between Black women. Like I talk about things that nobody wants to talk about. I pull cards that nobody wants to pull. But at the end of the day, I feel like sometimes people think it's causing division. When you sit down with your family and y'all talk about your past, when y'all talk about, okay, we got to work on this one because this one is on drugs, and we got to help this one needs mental help, and we got to help this one get through school. When you talk about the issues within your family, that's not causing division. Sometimes you really just got to bring shit to light so that you can work on it. If we keep sweeping stuff under the rug, it's just going to build up more dirt under the rug. Eventually somebody's going to trip off of everything that's under the rug. But if we bring everything to light and talk about it, that's how you really see the issues. You see everybody's viewpoint, and we could deal with it. When I talk about colorism, when I talk about, interracial dating, when I talk about Black men hate Black women, I'm speaking from my experiences, and I'm speaking from experiences from thousands. When I say I get so many hit ups, yo, this is literally my story. It's not just me. It's so many other women. I feel like I just represent Black women, specifically dark-skinned Black women. A lot of light-skinned women can relate too. But now that we bring colorism into the conversation, people think it's segregating. Or when I say, light-skinned women this or mixed-race women that, they think it's me segregating us. No, I'm telling you from the woman who's at the bottom of the totem pole, which I don't really claim that. I don't claim everything. I get it. I see it. I just don't take those titles onto myself. But from a woman who's at the bottom of the totem pole, I'm explaining to you how it looks from the bottom up. So you can't discredit me saying, well, light skinned women, y'all do have a little bit more privilege, or y'all are seen as more beautiful. A lot of light skinned women, they get offended by that. But when you listen to the videos, when I'm showing y'all the proof, which is in the pudding, and I do it video after video after video. I don't just say shit. I show you the proof. Then people can begin to say, wow, this is a real thing. How can we dismantle that? So that's pretty much what my channel is about, trying to dismantle colorism, showing black men the mirror, showing black women the mirror, and how we can really get back to where we once was, whether that be, opening businesses in Africa, opening black businesses in America, Jamaica, wherever you are. But I just want us as a people to really take our seat at the throne, There's enough of this bottom of the tone post shit. Like, I don't even like hearing that shit. Because when I think of everything that we've been through, people don't like to say we are strong, but I'm a strong ass woman. Like, I'm not no weak female. I'm not no weak woman. Like, you're not going to just feed me anything. You're not going to just tell me anything. You're not going to just push me down or oppress me or none of that. Like, I'm going to tell you about yourself. Quick, fast, and a motherfucking hurry. But on top of that, I like to have fun. I'm not like, I feel like I call myself a unicorn because I'm like the happy-go-lucky. I'm like, it's weird. I'm like a cross between free-spirited but very bothered at the same time, So people like that. I'm not like, oh, I hate you, fuck this, blah, 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 blah. I'm not like that because I'm just a genuinely like joyous, happy person. But at the same time, yeah, I'll curse you out and, keep it pushing and still smile, still laugh, I only got one life to live, so there's nothing wrong with calling bullshit, but still finding the good in the world. It's a lot of good people out there. We only talk about the negative, but there are good people out there like yourself, other YouTubers who do spread information just to continue to just lift us up,
Hey, yo, tell them where you from, though.
Okay, I'm Nigerian American, so I wasn't born in Nigeria, but my roots, like my whole 90% of my family is in Nigeria. So my parents were born in Nigeria. They came here. My mother had 3 girls back to back to back. 18, 19, and 20. So my mother, by the time she was 20 years old, she had 3 kids. I just be like, what? Like, strong black woman, okay? In a whole foreign country, 3 kids, working 2 jobs. It's like, strong woman. You can't tell me this is weakness, period. Anyways, but yeah, and then, so they came to Brooklyn. I was actually born in Bed-Stuy. Born in Bed-Stuy, and then I moved to Fort Greene, Brooklyn. So I was raised in Fort Greene, Brooklyn. So I'm a New Yorker.
You live in a white area of Brooklyn.
It's now white. Gentrification.
Fort Greene. Fort Greene always had mad Irish people.
Fort Greene is hood as shit, okay? Like,
it ain't Marcy though. It ain't Bed-Stuy.
Listen, because times is changing now. The white people was moving in. But trust me, it gets real. It gets real. Trust me.
So, guys, now that you know a little bit more about Eloho, what we wanted to do, this live stream was actually for you guys. This is not our collaboration video at all. When we do a collaboration video, I will actually be on camera. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I'll come on camera, and you never know. Like, she might be in the studio. Damn, she might be here. You never know. She in Brooklyn. But here's the thing, though. So this live stream was to find out what you guys want us to talk about. So in the chat right now, let us know what you want us to talk about, or the way we might do it, just leave it for the comment section. You guys comment what you want to talk about, because actually now I think about it, the sister doesn't want to hold her phone up because she's holding her phone up. And
I'm actually good. But you know what? I also have another idea. We could do something kind of like, well, it wouldn't be girl talk, but you know how you just have girl talk and it's like we'll talk about random different titles, like maybe dedicate like 10 minutes to each topic. So it don't have to be just one topic. It could be, how do you guys feel about this? And we'll talk about that for however long. And then how you feel about this? We'll talk about that.
We let them decide exactly what they want us to talk about, and then we can structure how we want to do it.
Right.
Whether it's one topic, because some topics will take a long time, or whether it's a multitude of topics, things like that.
Okay.
So I reckon that, I don't know. I mean, if you want to stay on, we can stay on, or if you want to just end it now and let them in the comment section.
No, we can stay on. I mean, depending on what they want to talk about.
All right, what do you guys want to talk about for now? And what would you like us to talk about in the future when we actually do a proper collaboration? And rumor has it that you did a collab with D.
Yes, I did.
What was that
I
about?
did. So we did one with Kodak Black,
Y'all
because
kind of look alike now I think about
we
it.
do.
Yeah, you
You
kind
know
of
what's
look
what you
alike.
know what's so crazy, and it's like, because I never know. It's weird to say I don't want to offend people, right? Because there's nothing wrong with looking African or anything like that. But certain Caribbean people, like when I see them, I like immediately know what part of Africa they from. It's so weird. And when I see her, I'll be like, yo, she's so Nigerian looking. Like I just be looking, I'm like, oh my god, she's so cute, but she looked like a couple aunts I got.
But
I'm
that's
like, yo,
but that's because we DOEA. We are
yo,
DOEA. And they know
that's a
what
fact.
DOEA means. Descendant of
That's a
enslaved
fact.
Africans. So of course. No, you don't look exactly like her, but as I said it,
Yeah,
I was like, nah, y'all kind of got a
yeah.
little resemblance going on.
I think we got the nose. I think we both got like the round nose. But
I think the lips are just a little bit bigger than yours, but
don't
you
tell me
kind of,
that. I need to have. I need.
yeah, y'all
I
kind of
need
look
my
alike.
little. Yeah,
So,
but yeah, we
so
spoke about
yes.
Kodak.
Mm-hmm.
We spoke about Kodak because Kodak. He basically was like, "Oh, I'll give Lauren a year to grieve or something like that. After that, I'm coming for her." And I just saw the outrage from black men, and it was so. It was like a two-edged sword because I'm like, I get it. You gotta hold your man's down because he's no longer here. I get that. But damn, not one person ever said anything about him saying black women are ugly, dark skinned women are gutter, we tough, we this, we that. Nobody ever stood up for us. And I'm just like, I don't really feel like they stood up for Lauren either. I feel like it was more so like, that's my bro's lady.
But
I do feel like she could have been.
even though we're saying that, a couple people have been saying that because Nipsey Hussle is half Eritrean, that he's not black. I don't know if you've heard that. I've been
I
seeing
don't
that.
think people really know what black means. I think people think black is African American. That's what I think. I don't know his family tree, but
Well, his
I mean,
father's Eritrean, his mother's African American.
oh, okay, so he's white. Now I know a lot of people on the Horn. It could get a little. I get it because a lot of people on the Horn of Africa, they do.
They say they have Caucasoid
They
skull.
look a little. Yeah, they look a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to me, he's black,
But
right? That's a black man to me, regardless. But it's just that some people feel because he's not fully African American, he's not black.
I don't think that's fair. Like I don't think that's like you can't just say blackness is African American. That's not blackness. That's African American.
Trust me, that is what some people believe.
How though? Like how could how? Like so that's like going to Africa and telling them that they're not black.
There was a YouTuber, right? And he was married to a Nigerian woman. I can't remember his name, and these women in interracial relationships made a whole video about him saying how he was in an interracial relationship because his woman wasn't African American, but she was Nigerian. I'm being serious. That's the miseducation of some people.
A lot of people have been telling me like, oh, now I get it. The whole ADOS thing, I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm ADOS. Like I'm not, like, you know what I mean? I get that. But me not being ADOS does not mean that I'm not black. And I think people forget that there are, because, no shade, no tea, but some people really don't leave America. And, it's like, you don't leave America. You're only consumed with American culture. So you really don't know. Like, I remember I have family in the UK. And I remember I used to go to the UK, visit my family. And people would be like, and I was like in high school. And people would be like, you have family in the UK? There's black people in the UK. Now, granted, this was like 2009, 2010. But I'm like, there's black people all over the world. So I don't necessarily blame them for not really being cultured, but if you're after a certain age, you need to understand that your blackness does not just mean African American. Blackness means African. No matter where you are, that's blackness.
Well, that's what Pan-Africanism is about.
Right.
It's about, our roots. It's not about the land that we were, placed in and where we
Dropped
were
on.
dropped
Yeah.
off. And it's about going back to our roots and things like that. But having that said, you mentioned something briefly on the phone, and you said about this Afro Latino, moniker.
Mm-hmm.
And you said how like
Mm-hmm.
almost a bunch of people are using the term Afro Latino, even though they're not Afro Latinos. And I was like,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah,
I
peep
get
as
that. I
well.
understand that because
Mm-hmm.
Afro Latino is the equivalent of an African American. See, an African American is an American person of significant African descent. And
Right.
an Afro Latino is a person from Latin America of African descent. It means the same
Different.
shit.
Right.
So
Right.
if you were like a quarter black or a quarter African American, you couldn't call yourself African American. If you were like an eighth African American and the rest white, you
Right.
couldn't call you.
Exactly.
So when you get people who are Hispanic who are like 10% black, they can't call
Mm-hmm.
themselves Afro Latino.
Black.
See, to me,
Mm-hmm.
Afro Latino, you have to be at least half black to be an Afro Latino. So, for example, my mother is an Afro Latina. Her father is a
Okay.
black Puerto Rican. He's 100% black and also 100% Puerto Rican. Her mother,
Okay.
however, is a mixed up Native American woman. So she's
Okay.
biracial. She's 100%
Is she
Puerto Rican.
her mother's mother is Puerto Rican? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, both her parents are Puerto Rican, but one of them is
Okay.
Native American and the other one is black, but they're both Puerto Rican.
Mm.
So when you have somebody that's like, you know, they got like I don't know, a parent that's both their parents are
Amazing.
Puerto Rican or Dominican, but one of their parents is a quarter black Puerto Rican, the rest white, and the other one is like a mixed up one, got a bunch of Native American, a bunch of European, a tiny bit of African. You can't be
Mm-hmm.
calling yourself Afro Latino. And
Right.
I've had people try to like hit me up and claim that they're
Yeah.
Afro Latino, and I'm like, bro, you look like Ricky Martin. And they're like, oh, but my great great grandmother was. I'm like,
Yes.
nah,
No, no,
nah.
yo, that's the clip. Yo, I'm gonna put the video up today. That's the clip that we got. Chick was like, my great 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 great. She had a lot of greats in there. I was like, wow. And I feel, but you know what the thing is beneficial. When it's beneficial, everybody is black. When it's not beneficial, oh, I'm not black, or that black ass bitch, or you black. It's like, well, which one is it? Because last week you said you was black. This week you're not black. And that's the thing. Black people don't have the privilege to say, oh, I'm going to a job interview, not black today. You know what I mean? Or, the cops pull me over. Let me not be black. I'm always this. Like, I'm going to always be this. Like, can't take this off. So it's insulting when people
That's the
say,
conversation that we had before when I don't like when people say to me, what do you identify as? I don't like that terminology because identifying as something is like, that means like you have a choice. Like this is me. Like I don't identify as black. Like my father is black. My mother is half black. I am black. There's no I identify as black. It's I am black. It's not the same thing as saying like, you might have somebody that's like half Jamaican, half Puerto Rican, and born in the United States and say, I identify as American or I identify as Jamaican, even though I was born in America, but my parentage. You could do that. But when it comes to your race, it is what it is. There's no I identify as. The moment you start talking about I identify as, that's
you
Rachel
have to say
Dolezal.
that. But you know why sometimes you do have to do that? Because people, and you do look a little ambiguous, right? So say if you look a little ambiguous to me on a walk up, and I can't tell off the rip, like, okay, he got type 3 hair, these type of features. To me, yeah, he do look black. But what if I say that and you're absolutely not? You know what I mean?
You see, when you said I look ambiguous, right? See, the term ambiguous means you could be anything. You could be white, you could be mixed, you could be this, you could be that, right? Now, nobody in their right mind has ever looked at me and thought he looks white. Right?
Right.
No,
I guess we get the term white passing. You're not white passing.
No, but I look like a biracial person. So therefore, and I know that. So therefore, I'm not racially ambiguous because when you would look at me, you would know what you think I am.
It's either okay.
Yeah, you would be like,
so
he's biracial or he's half black, right? However, when you ask me because people have done it, they say, oh, like, are you half black? Are you mixed? And I'm like, well, my mother's mixed and my father's black. And they're like, oh, so you black? I'm like, yeah, I'm 3/4 black and 1/4 whatever, So that's a different term, but I get that. I understand that. But when they start talking about the identify as,
yeah.
that's like Rachel Dolezal. That's like I identify as.
That's like the blackfishes.
Right. You identify as what? So for me, I know that I am biracial passing because when people look at me, they see a biracial looking person.
Would you say sorry? Would you
no,
say
I was gonna say, but
like
when they see I look like my father.
Okay.
Like everyone in the chat probably see my
your parents together.
I look like my dad. Like I'm just like I literally have the same bone structure as him, same face as him, but he's full black. You know?
Wow.
So
in Spanish?
Nah, I don't speak any Spanish.
Okay.
And then when you see like my a little Bawani, Kilonshe, my Yoruba family, they already know. And to my my Ghanaians, Etesien. Yeah, I'm trying to get with the roots. So, but it is what it is. It's like somebody brought up Bruno Mars in the chat and they said, Bruno Mars is very ambiguous. And I don't think that he is ambiguous. He's just not black.
Yeah.
You see, his mother is 100% Filipino. And Bruno Mars looks like a darker skinned Filipino. And they have a lot of them. And I'm not talking about a Negrito, which are the black Filipinos. He just looks like a regular Filipino. His mother is his father is Puerto Rican, but wait, Puerto Rican is not a race. It's not a race. Right. So his father is a Puerto Rican. No, his father's a Puerto Rican. He's only half Puerto Rican. His father's half Puerto Rican, half Hungarian. Now Hungarians are white, so we know that, right? So wait, all right. So his dad is half Hungarian, half Puerto Rican. We know Hungarians are white. Now, if the other half is Puerto Rican, let's say hypothetically that it's black Puerto Rican. So that would make Bruno Mars a quarter white, a quarter black, and half Asian. That ain't a black man. But if you look at the picture of his father, because that's the other way you could look at it, his father ain't a half black, half white Puerto Rican. His father look like, I don't know, like a mix. He looks like he looks like him. He looks like a spicy, but lighter, like a spicy white. So to me, Bruno Mars is an Asian man. He's a mixed Asian man. He's predominantly Asian with a bit of white and maybe a bit of black.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
So, and I don't think he's, for me.
I think sometimes we use ambiguous lightly because even from like the videos I've been watching lately, people have really gone with this like light skin ambiguous. Just because you're light skinned, that does not make you look ambiguous. No. Like I can look at a light skinned black woman and know she's a light skinned black woman. But sometimes it's like we use these terms interchangeably, and it's like, well, are you saying mixed race or are you saying light skin? Because just because you're mixed race, one, that doesn't mean you're gonna be light skinned. You could be mixed race and black as me. And two, just because you're light skinned, that doesn't make you ambiguous. Because you have 4C hair or, the whole thing.
Ambiguous is when you don't know their race. That's what ambiguity. Like if you ask me a question and when I answer it, I give you an ambiguous answer, that means I didn't really give you the answer. You still don't know the answer. It could be any type of answer. Right? So ambiguous would be when you be like, I don't know. You know how like some people were with Mariah Carey? You know how like women back in the day?
Right.
So Mariah Carey,
they were saying she's black and you looking at her like, you sure?
So yeah, because some people look at Mariah Carey and they say that's a white woman when they just look at her. Sometimes they look at Mariah Carey and see a mixed woman. Some people say they see an Arab woman, they see a Hispanic woman or this. So that would be ambiguous because you literally don't know what the hell she is. They could tell you she's almost any race, any ethnic group, and you say, all right, why not? But that's one of those things as well. Like people use terminologies that they've heard, like buzzwords, and they're like, yeah, I like that. I'm gonna use that. That's what's up. And they don't know anything about it. But I personally think,
we have you.
God help us all. God help us all. She told me she was subscribed. I was like, that must suck. I was like, that's terrible. I would hate to be subscribed to me. Seriously.
Why?
I would hate it.
You coming through with the facts.
Nah.
People need the facts, even when it's not, you know what I mean?
But listen, guys, look, here's the thing. We can have a conversation about a multitude of topics and be all over the place. They're just talking. They're just talking about a bunch of stuff. But here's the thing. What I want you guys to do in the comment section, comment what you'd like us to talk about. Whether you want us to talk about colorism, current events, history, African versus West Indians, African versus, I don't, whatever, right? African versus African Americans, unity, what it's like, you know, gentrification even. Put that in the comment section and we'll have a look at them. And I'll tell you what, the comments that have the most likes, we'll know that those are the popular topics. So we'll pick the ones with the most likes. So you drop your comment and we'll pick the ones with the most likes and then decide how to do it, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Eloho's Instagram name and her YouTube channel in the description. So you guys check that description out, you know, and watch. Plus, I dropped a video early today called, I think it was called The Most Realistic Black Mask, right? You guys need to check that out. I'm going to put that link in the description, right? Long story short, you need to see this. When I tell you about committing crimes in blackface when it's white people and skewing the crime stats and stuff like that, you got to check that out because I'm telling you, it ain't as bad.
Oh my God.
No, you got to check the video out. You have to check it out. I'm going to put the link in that description, right? So guys, you go subscribe and, you know, and follow her on Instagram and whatnot. And check out the description, and then we'll be back. I don't know, maybe in a week, maybe in 2 weeks, whenever we come back, and we'll do a proper structured video, and I'll come on camera. All right? All right.
Bye.
Peace, love, and coconut oil. Hey, man, that's racist. Please remember that from now on, brand new, never-before-seen videos, as well as live streams, will only be available on my website, ikyg.com, via a Patreon subscription. IKYG.com is a Black-owned, Black-ran platform, 100% free from censorship. It's the only place where we don't have to worry about what we say and expressing ourselves. Make sure you check out the description and the comment section for important links, as well as information in video form that shows you what benefits you get when you support the site and join my Patreon. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, then don't forget to subscribe and be notified every time I upload a video. For exclusive content and perks, check out my Patreon. This is where we have private live streams, group chats, live Q&As, live phone calls, and open topics. This is a safe space where you can interact with other like-minded people, make friends, send each other direct private messages, and so much more without any trolls. And yes, you get to use GIFs and images in the live chats. So what are you waiting for? This is a completely independent website, free from censorship. If you'd like to make a donation towards the site so we can continue to put out the truth without fear of being silenced, then please hit that donation button. It's greatly appreciated. Check out the rest of the site for videos, private and public live streams, find out all the tea, and make sure to utilize the Black Money section of the website. Advertise your business absolutely free to people that look like you, free forever. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at angel_IKYG.